What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. Alright, so we got some more leaks coming out of Riddler Khu. Centro pops up from wherever they've been, dropping in some tidbits and some interesting information here and there. We have some other stuff coming out about Indigo Disk. Double battles might be a factor. There might be some interesting side quests that might bring some pretty interesting rewards. We're going to talk about all that today. But first off, of course, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/RSMario. Like my video tweet or share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this section of the video. You can also check out my previous video that asked the age-old question, is Scarlet and Violet a worse game than Sword and Shield? Alright, so, we're going to start off today with some rapid fire stuff here. We're going to start off with Centro Pokemon leaks. So, we haven't seen Centro in a while. Centro has just been radio silent. I guess Centro's waiting on the data mine. You know what I'm saying? But he's been radio silent for a while. And they dropped this little tidbit, and it says, leaks. There will be a new method to catch legendaries, like in previous games, Dynamax Adventures, Romanus Park, Ultra Warp, etc. Ultra Beasts won't return. And this is actually a reference to a Riddler Khu tweet that tweeted out the Ultra Beasts, and then there's like a sad face emoji with a teardrop. And then he tweeted out a picture of Robert Downey Jr., like the relieved Robert Downey Jr. meme, basically saying that the others are fine. So everybody's gonna be relieved that all the other legends are fine, but the Ultra Beasts ain't coming back. And personally, I'm totally fine with that. Now, I don't really like the Ultra Beasts. I've never been a big fan of the Ultra Beasts. I think that they were just I think the Ultra Beasts kind of swung too close to Digimon for me. They just really feel like Digimon characters. You know what I'm saying? Like the swole mosquito, the Cablemon, the origami one is actually kind of cool. I think it's weird that it took them that long to make an origami Pokemon, which I guess Porygon kind of was a reference to origami, but but a lot of them just seem very close to Digimon to me. I just didn't really like them. Not to mention they were also like OP. They were also like just hella broken when they came out, and I was like, get out of here with this. So then, of course, in that same post that Centro had dropped, there's also somebody that says, I would love some clarification on something if possible. Are some Pokemon actually getting terrestrial forms, like Ogerpon? But not only legendaries, I mean like regular Pokemon. I'm a bit confused about that. Now, I'm not sure why he decided to ask this random question, because I haven't heard anything about terrestrial forms for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the whole terrestrial forms leak that came out a while, like before Teal Mance came out, was specifically for Ogerpon. But Centro says it doesn't look like it. So more than likely, we're not going to get anything like that. So, which it kind of sucks, but it's understandable. So the next Centro tidbit, we have somebody, he's actually replying to somebody else. So they dropped this post in Portuguese saying, I refuse that there is a black and white remake and that it doesn't look like that. So I guess he says he refuses to believe that there's a future black and white remake and that it looks like this. So basically, he doesn't think it's going to look like this. And so then Centro drops this one also in the Portuguese. And it says, what you will really get. And then he's got like the Ilca logo. So basically, it's going to be another. Now, is it going to be like BDSP? I don't know. I mean, I didn't hate BDSP like a lot of people seem to do. I thought BDSP was okay. I think they could have did better. I would love them to do better with remakes, because I mean, at one point Pokemon had the best like remakes in the game. Now we're at the level where we're getting remakes like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4. You know what I'm saying? They need to step up their game. They can't just fall back now, you know, rest on their laurels when it comes to remakes. But so yeah, basically saying that we're gonna get another Ilca remake when it comes to Black and White. Now this is actually counterintuitive to the other rumors that we've been getting out of China that have said that we're gonna get like a full-blown like BW3. You know what I'm saying? So take that with a grain of salt. Next rumor we have here, this one is actually one that I missed from the last roundup. And Riddler Khu drops this one. He says, terrestrialized state or terrestrial form? What's the counterpart of these in Generation 8? Think twice before answering, and then says that they can stack. So right there, that's the one that kills this. Because at first I was thinking like, okay, well the counterpart in Gen 8 would be Dynamax and Gigantamax, right? But those don't stack, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I played Generation 8. But you can't stack those, all right? You can either, you know, Gigantamax or Dynamax, you know what I'm saying? But there is a different form of Pokemon that I believe you can stack abilities with. And that would be Primal Pokemon. Like, remember, Legends Arceus is a game in Generation 8, technically. Alright, technically they count it as a Gen 8 game. So, you know what I'm saying? Technically, you know, Primal Pokemon are a different form of Pokemon from Generation 8. So what if we have something similar to Primal Pokemon, but they have Terras? Kind of like what they did in Sword and Scarlet and Violet, where you just have these random uber powerful Terra Pokemon that you see in the wild, not the raids, but just random wild Terras, and they're usually like really high level for the area. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll have something like that, but it'll be more like Primal Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Remember how crazy it was Primal Pokemon were? They were just like bigger and more powerful than your regular Pokemon. Imagine that with a Terra. And now that's just my analysis of it. Again, I might be wrong. I'm not trying to hype you up. I'm just saying that that's my analysis of what he said. All right. So next we have, do you agree best duo in Pokemon history around the corner? I don't know. I'm still a little bit, the jury's still out on Kieran for me. So I don't know if I can really agree with this, but I actually think this is actually a reference to a different tweet that we're going to get into a little bit later, because after that, then he says, oh, sorry to her fans, she's useless battle-wise. Now, basically, this is saying that her team is probably going to be garbage. Her team is garbage. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like it's kind of random. So I think this actually links to a later tweet that he drops after he drops this one, where he says choose your side, and then he has Carmine and Nimona, and then he has Lacey and Nimona on the other side. So yeah, this could be a reference of one of two things. Now I've already did the video about the somebody's gonna die and the zombie virus and all this other kind of stuff. I already did that video. We know somebody's gonna die. We know that you kind of have a choice in the matter as to who you could save. Maybe this includes Carmine and Lacey as well, or it references his last tweet. So the last tweet that he tweeted, at least in this string here, is, do you love double battle? Sudachi 2 is. And I think this is a reference to the double battling being a pretty big thing in Blueberry Academy. And so I'm thinking that there's going to be a sequence of the game where you're going to have to do a lot of double battles. Kind of like, what's that one forest area where you kind of have to go through with this chick that kind of like guides you through this forest area? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to pick your partner. So either you can be with Carmine, or you can be with Lacey, or you can be with Nimona. And maybe that factors in too. Maybe the person working with you battling your way through this area survives and the other people die. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what it is. Because, you know, it would be kind of messed up for them to force you to choose which one of your friends lives or dies. You know what I'm saying? But if the choice is something that is more like, you know, if the choice is something that is more normal, like, oh, I'll choose to go with you through this level. And so you choose that person, but without knowing, you choose the person that's not going to die because that person's with you. And everybody else dies. It's not really your fault at that point, you know. Or it could be overthinking this. But there's definitely going to be a segment of this game where you have to do a lot of double battling. That's why he would mention that the teacher lady's team is garbage. So, I mean, because why else would she be useful to you if she's not your double battle partner? You know what I'm saying? So then we get into the last little tidbit of the video. We have Riddler Khu. He drops Legendary in Sudachi 2. And then he has a bunch of snacks. Which, you know, side note here. This is a first for me, but have you ever had crumpets? Like, I saw this picture and I got like instantly hungry. Like, like crumpets are awesome, bro. All right, crumpets are like the perfect snacky cake. All right, like it's got like that, like you know, icing on top. It's like buttercream or whatever. It's like the perfect snacky cake, man. They sell them at the gas station. You get like 3 in a pack, so it feels like a lot, but it's not a lot. I'm just saying, crumpets, man. I want one now. I don't know why. Side note over. But yeah, so now this one, I couldn't really discern what he was saying here. Maybe there's going to be like a food element involved in, like, you know what I'm saying, getting the legendaries. Because he did another tweet referencing Legendary. So I don't think it's referencing one Legendary in particular. I think this is how you get the Legendaries in the DLC. Because remember, in the previous tweet from Centro, he tweeted out that you'll be able to get the older Legendaries, just not the Ultra Beasts. So maybe this is a reference to that. You know what I'm saying? And his last tweet kind of reveals it. And so it's this Legendary in Sudachi 2 Part 2, and he has a calendar icon, a restaurant host, data entry, house setting, and caretaking, and then he has newspaper delivery. So all these are just odd jobs. And I feel like this is him saying that in order to get certain legendaries in Blueberry Academy, you're going to have to do some side quests. You're going to have to put some work in, like literal work. All right, which honestly to me sounds pretty interesting because it adds something to the post game. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like, oh, go to X location and he's just sitting there waiting on you. It's like, no, you got to put in, you got to do this. You got to go here and then talk to this guy and he's going to tell you to go and do this. And so though you go and do the thing and then you come back and talk to that guy and you get some money or whatever. And then like somewhere in the world, there's a Latios. You know what I'm saying? And so then you run across Latios, you get the battle Latios. Or you go to like this restaurant where like the one gym leader guy works and you work at his restaurant. And then, you know, you talk to him and he's like, you know, I saw a Regigigas on Route 237 yesterday. So then you go over to Route 237 and Regigigas is there and you get to battle Reggie. Something like that. I actually think that's pretty interesting. Now, I know some people might think it's kind of monotonous, but I think it adds to the post game. All right. You know what I'm saying? So tell me what you think down below. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, you think that you like the idea of post-game side quests to get legendaries, or you think that's just monotonous BS to, like, you know, pad the post-game? Tell me what you think down in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.